Hello everyone, welcome to another stupid rant. Another entry in one of the trademark series of this channel, alongside the tier list series and movie posting, as well as the slightly less stupid rants. The only difference between the two is that one has more effort put into editing and scripting. This one has lower effort. Anyways, today I want to talk about the terrible direction the gaming industry seems to be going, in my opinion, as well as many others' opinion. For those of you who don't know, Microsoft closed Tango Gameworks, the developer of Hi-Fi Rush. The reasoning behind this seems to be the desire for more blockbuster games to be developed for the Xbox console. Tango wasn't known for quote-unquote blockbusters. Their best known works besides Hi-Fi are the Evil Within duology and Ghostwire Tokyo. You know, games that might not be for the widest possible audience, but they are games that keep the game market from stagnating. At least that's how I feel. What I get from this is that if you're a game designer that wants to make a game that isn't an action-adventure shooter or a live service multiplayer game, you best make sure your game studio doesn't get bought out. It sucks that so many people are out of a job now because their games don't cast a wide net. I get at the end of the day, Microsoft is a huge corporation trying to maximize profits from its gaming division. If a game doesn't attract a large enough player base, then a studio is probably going to be on the hot seat. But Hi-Fi Rush did that. They got a pretty high player base. I mean, the VP of Xbox marketing considered it a success, but of course success is relative apparently. It did release on Game Pass, which means that a chunk of profit was likely a fraction of what it could have made from regular purchases. But who decides which games go on Game Pass? That's a tough question, ain't it? God, why did I script this video like this? Another thing that annoys me is how some people just don't seem to care. Like, I would see people in comment sections on Instagram under posts regarding the story, and their takes are just abysmal. You know, I would see comments that says something like, oh, sounds like a PlayStation fanboy came up with this, never heard of Hi-Fi Rush. Or, you know, don't care, no one plays those games anyways. Like, oh my god, how stupid can you sound? Not stupid, but ignorant. People play those games. These people are just so brain rotten from COD or Madden that they can't even comprehend people enjoying different kinds of games. Now, don't get me wrong, I also partake in repetitive brain rot games. I know EA is scamming me by re-releasing the same game every year with a roster update, but, you know, for some reason, my stupid ass has to have the sports... Fuck, why is it so difficult for me to read off of a fucking script in one take? For some reason, my stupid ass has to have the sports game with the most up-to-date rosters and player likenesses. I might have a mild form of Stockholm Syndrome. In my defense though, I haven't bought a Madden game in 2 years because their franchise mode kept crashing after like 5 fucking seasons, and since that's the only mode I actually play, I don't think there's a reason to pay money for a glorified demo at that point. Also, I play more than just sports games and shooters, obviously. One of my favorite games I played in the past year was Disco Elysium, another game where the developers managed to get screwed. Funny how this just consistently happens in the gaming world. Speaking of Electronic Arts being shit, the chief executive officer of Electronic Arts wants to use generative AI in game development. Of course, I am aware that AI has been used as a tool to help assist with development, and I'm fine with AI being used as a tool for development as long as it's not the main method. It's strongly possible that this CEO is wanting to invest more in AI simply to help ease the development of games, which seems to be the direction that AI is currently going in when it comes to producing them. But this guy also seems to want to churn out shit as fast as possible, which gives me the vibe that he would be willing to go fully into automation if it meant producing a high volume of content without having to pay for that production. The Madden series has already felt like it's been developed by artificial intelligence, I would say for like a decade at this point. And so that should tell you about the quality of that series, but Madden's not the point of this video. If other games end up meeting that AAA quality, then we're all screwed. The developers will be out of jobs, and consumers will have awful shit cluttering up the market. This entire thing just sucks, man. And I'm not even trying to be a pessimist or anything. I want to be an optimist, because I love video games. Oh, what a shocker. A 21-year-old from the 21st century loves video games. Who would have thunk? Shut up. I don't even know why I did that little bit. That was really pointless. I could probably edit that out, but I probably won't. Where was I? It just seems like gaming is in a really... I don't want to say it's dead, but it's in a sick state. Like, it's definitely in hospice at this moment, I feel like, because again, companies just seem to make decisions to like maximize their profit margins, and so many of the games being put out now just feel super soulless, and like again, they're trying to maximize their money-making ability by trying to milk as much money as they can out of my pockets. And that's not to say that there aren't games that are like that. I mean, obviously, like I just said, Hi-Fi Rush released just last year, and again, Disco Elysium came out a short while back. I don't remember what year exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was within this current generation of gaming. Other than those like few highlights of video games, it just seems like so much of it is live service shit or fucking battle pass shit. I mean, live service and battle pass, they go hand in hand. I don't know why I said that. Fucking ultimate team shit. I am so mad with how far, like how much of a decline sports games have undergone over the past decade. Like, it's sad, man. The only time I actually play sports games is if they're free on the PlayStation Store, or if it's a 2K game, because as much as 2K loves to maximize the shit out of microtransactions, at the very least, their franchise mode, My GM, or like My League in NBA 2K, it's far more in-depth than anything EA has put out in the past decade. Jesus Christ, I have no idea how many times I used the word decade in like the past 2 minutes. I think it's important that we have variety in gaming and not just full-on blockbusters. We've seen it with the movie industry. After a while, people have just gotten fed up with superhero movies. And who can blame them? Not only were multiple MCU movies being released in a single year, but they also had various series being released to Disney Plus and stuff. You know, people were just sick and tired of it. But I'm just speaking about this situation from the perspective of a consumer. The people to get the worst outcome from this entire situation have got to be the developers. Like, imagine being fired from your job because the kinds of games you make don't follow your parent company's business plan, despite the fact that they were awfully supportive of you just a few months ago. This entire thing just sucks, man. Hundreds, if not thousands of people are out of a job now, and that's because Tango Gameworks wasn't the only studio that Xbox shut down. Arkane's Austin studio also got shut down, along with Alpha Dog. To anyone that's watching that may be looking to get into game design or is currently looking for a job in that industry, I hope you work for a studio that respects what you do. Honestly, it's completely unfair that people just get fired simply because these multinational billion-dollar corporations want to save a few bucks. Now, I went a bit off script for a second, so let me see what my script says. Yeah, it says I want to talk about Ubisoft. No, I kind of don't, because I feel like everybody already knows what needs to be known about Ubisoft, and everything's been said what needs to be said. They fucking hate their customers. They want to do everything in their power to like completely obliterate their own reputation. Fuck Ubisoft, that's all that needs to be said. I want to be optimistic for gaming's future, I really do. But with these questionable business practices and all of these studio closures, it's really hard to, not gonna lie. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to make this because, you know, this is something that I wanted to get off my chest for a hot minute. I know everybody else has already said their piece on this website. I mean, I might as well throw my hat in the ring, not that it really matters. If I try to bring this up, you know, in my private life, in real life, most of my friends would probably be like, Aiden, what the hell are you talking about? So, you know, I feel like this is probably the only place I can actually air out my grievances towards the current state of the gaming industry. So, I think that's about it for me. Sorry about this yap session. I'll see you guys next time, I guess.